Yes, those who know. Hello, Dave, you are back.
Hi, so I just stepped out to do some aerial yoga, but I feel great now. I should have told you.
I thought something like that was happening. We go straight now to biomorphic pedagogical tools. It's a big word. What's the meaning of biomorphic? Huh?
Well, these were biomorphic was one of the later steps or sort of tools that we were looking at, which is a little bit more advanced. Our
Yes.
friend Dr. Shishida, who you've met, Naomi, said more than children reasoning as Homo sapiens, they are children whose sensitivity is so acute that they can perceive feelings, what one thinks, what you are going to ask, the atmosphere of a place, the past and the future. Also, they can perceive what is happening at a physical, affective, mental, and astral level, as well as being able to simultaneously work on all these levels. So that's why we said it's a little bit more advanced, right?
Yes. And that was the studies of Dr. Shishida. And mind you, many children, when we were doing the stats and the studies, are effectively like that. So I think Dr. Shishida could foresee all those capacities of the children and have the education according to that. He did that for 40 years. And this is not, for instance, deficit of attention. At the same time, they can perceive, for instance, physical, affective, mental abilities to see everything at the same time. So, for instance, have you seen children? They look at you and they scan you. They see your body, they see your emotion, they see many things in you. And I have a friend in Ecuador. He said, when he was 20 years old. He said, when I see a person, I can see everything of this person, and it's almost annoying. And I have to learn how to deal with this talent. So definitely, this opened a new area in education. That's why we decided to do biomorphic. Biomorphic tools comes from biomorphic fields from Rupert Sheldrake. We talk a little bit about that in the collective intelligence. Remember, it was a multiple intelligence. See, and we can incorporate that into education, definitely. And here is actually here is Noe Espero, and this is the classes with extra sensory perception, and in that case it will be the extraocular vision. And above no below, sorry, this is a game, you know, when you have to do pair with cards,
Mhm.
you have to pair up, but in that case you don't pair up like at random. You feel the card. It's like a digi sensor or digi lecturer, um, digi reading or skin reading, and you can by intuition and real intuition find the two cards, you flip them over and they are the same. This is advanced as well,
It's a
and
type
this
of
is called a
scanning,
morphic
right?
tool. Huh?
A type of
It's like the
scanning.
sensor you have in your hands.
Hmm.
It's fun, but you have to do this exercise kind of short because it can it's tiring. And you can use symbols and archetypes. It's called all the human species as a collective memory, and it's plasmar. It's embodied into symbols and archetypes. For instance, here you have the Maya symbol, Flor de la Vida, flower of life, the Dharma wheel symbol, the Celtic symbol, dragon.
So an
It's
archetype is a
very, and
term.
the kids and the young people, they love it. See, Dave?
So a term used to describe universal symbols for those people who maybe don't know archetypes. Naomi, maybe you could explain one of the symbols or archetypes that we've got there in the images,
Yeah,
like a
let's say
brief.
the Maya one. That would be the whole universe up to the center of the universe. And then you can decode all that and take classes and classes. So it will embody a huge amount of knowledge and wisdom, and in that case, math as well and calendar in one drawing. And this one is called as well meta languages. And this is why symbols and archetypes should be inside the curricula. And we go straight in that case to bio reconnecting pedagogical tools. That's all tools to know oneself. And the human being, we have to know who we are. Socrates, know thyself. It's not new. You can use any kind of tools with nature, silence, breathing. This was a real school. I took this picture in Chile, and this boy was so tuned with everything. He was really connected, first with the heart and then with everything outside. And it's called self-science.
So yes, self-knowledge, self-science. We're looking at active philosophy, cosmogenesis, universal geometry, breathing exercises, mandalas, and mindfulness.
Mindfulness is cool because it's a set. I mean, you have all the classes, and there is you have entire sets of activities and exercise to do. I would definitely recommend it among other tools. This corresponds to the violet petal. When we will see the violet petal, I will put more tools and example in the proposal of the seven petal school, and a lot of tools with about peace culture.
So transforming schools into peace embassies. What do you mean by that, Naomi?
Change the culture, reverse the culture of violence and bullying to now this is a culture of peace, of empathy. I'm listening to you, I respect you, and I respect myself because I feel good inside. Usually bullying is the end result of not feeling good inside, of or pressure or stress or violence from the outside world, meaning the society, the family, the school system. So we have to revert that. So we made a book. It's called Peace Embassy, School in the School, with a lot of exercise and a test of 100 ideas. You can unload that. It's in English from our website. And transform your school, your home, your neighborhood, your town, your municipality into peace embassies. And peace is visible. So there is a lot of activities when you have the flag, peace flag, you have peace mural, peace words everywhere. So now it's visible. Here, it's peace. So if you have a temper or you don't feel good, you just remember all the time, no, here is peace. And then I have to be and act according to this new culture and be part of it and be an ambassador of peace myself. And then the neighborhood and then the store around and then the parents, and then everybody will go into the loop of the peace culture, and you have a great impact locally wherever you are. The school has an impact or create an impact everywhere around. This is important. So the school is a new lighthouse, you see, it's a new place where everything starts and you can spread the new paradigms. And the kids and young people, they love it and they understand right away. So we will do one more video only on this, I promise. Level 2.
Perfect.
Babies,
Tools for babies.
please. Babies
So-
are extremely important. I mean, education starts from the womb, actually from the conception and preconception, but babies. So I do recommend this book. It's called Continuum with two U from Jean Liedloff. Because she was an anthropologist like me, and she studied the way babies were raised in very remote community and ethnic group, in that case in the Amazon groups in the Amazon. And she saw the baby never cried. I mean, never cried. A baby in this kind of communities and never cry. And I saw it myself because I was working in the Amazon as well, the Amazon part of Ecuador. And she was studying how do they do that, and then she made the book and she gives you all the tips. Basically skin contact, and always give security, physical security and emotional security to the babies, which is not malcriar, spoil.
Yeah, no, it's not spoiling them.
It's not spoiling. On the contrary, it gives more security, and then the kids and the young people are more stable And it's a must in education to learn all those tips, these tips. And it's beautiful. So yeah, we have to consider babies in our education and elders. That's other tips as well. The cone of learning. Do you want to talk about that? That we will close with this. Close.
So yeah, we tend to remember based on our level of involvement, and obviously as well as a teacher, this I can see this. You know, like students might remember 10% of what they read, or people in general. But if we look down at the bottom, 90% of what we both say and do, like doing a dramatic presentation, simulating the real experience, doing the real thing. So we can see that doing, receiving, and participating, we retain a lot more of the information as opposed to simply receiving.
Exactly. That's why we have to reverse completely the education system, because 10% remember 10% of what we read. This is very low, very low. And 20% of what we hear, which is at least 80% of education still nowadays. So now we have to do better, because this is the worst tools we were using actually. And
Yeah,
go
so the
back to,
teacher just
yeah,
talking. Okay, you've remembered maybe 20%. That's not very effective.
no, it's, I would say it's even losing your time. Sorry. I'm not talking for hours, Dave. Oh my God. And the last one, there is one more. This cone is from Edgar Dale. It's very known from the teachers, but we put one more. We remember 100% of what we learned by.
By teaching. So why is this so important, Naomi? I think you've got a good
So now it's
example
a
as
new
well.
pedagogy, yeah, self-taught. Or you learn yourself, or you teach children teach to other children. They explain math or whatever. Or young people, they teach to more younger people or students. So they teach among themselves, and it works very well, and they learn extremely fast. So the one who teach is happy because he can see he masters the subject and is recognized by everybody. And even as a teacher, you don't have to give exam, because if somebody can teach it, he masters the topic. And then for the other kid, they feel good because they explain in their words, so they understand very fast. Actually, I saw a kid explaining division to the other kid. You put here and you put the number here. I didn't understand anything. It was much faster than the way I was taught how to divide numbers. So that's a new way of let them teaching, explore, do their research, and then teach to everybody, do exposition, do all that. And the same, yeah, I think maybe you are going to think I'm repeating
No,
myself.
it's true. We always sometimes, we just need to remember. Lots of love. It helps solve problems.
Yeah.
It helps to learn. It helps everything. I think
If you don't
often
know
you
what
can't
to
go
do,
wrong.
yeah. Love your children, your babies, your family. That's the best gift. And it will, this is Shishida again.
If you love your child, you're already teaching them.
That's it. As simple as that. And Shishida wrote 28 books on pedagogy. At the end, he said that. At the end of the story, if you love your child, you are already teaching them. And all those tools, or these tools, we can have them in the Seven Petal School, of course, that are going to be soon our next video.
Yeah, we're gonna be really looking in depth at the seven petal schools, each of the petals, which I think the people who have been watching the videos have a bit of a feel for them. If it's the first time you've watched a video as well, we're gonna be looking at them in depth, really clear. If you want to check out a lot of our other videos and resources, you can go to our YouTube account, our website, Facebook and Gmail as well. You can get in contact with us there. All of these are below in the description for you to click on or copy and paste. You don't need to write this down in a notebook, but a lot of great resources, 20 years worth of resources. So that was video 11, Naomi. We're getting close to the halfway point of our level 1 series, co-recreating education, here at
Yeah.
Education 3000, or P3000 as we're also known. What are we going to look at in video number 12 in our next
Number
video?
12, we will see more tools, and it's called triad,
Triad.
pedagogical triad. 3 basic concepts we have to include in all learning process. And then, yes, we go definitely to the St. Peter's School after that. So we are covering a lot. Thank you to be together. And the best way is to practice, to do one tool, another tool, to enter it, to better it, and have fun.
Thanks, Naomi, again for a wonderful video. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in at home. Hopefully, these pedagogical tools are useful and practical and easy to understand. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, Naomi. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Dave. Thank you. Take care.